Good morning, VIT. It is my pleasure to talk to you today. Thank you, Anmol and Naiju, for making this happen. So, today I am planning to share with you some of the big ticket trends in the industry, particularly driven by technology. More importantly, a preview to the kind of exciting opportunities that we have in front of us. So, as you know, path breaking technologies like IoT, mesh, 5G, increasing adoption of AI and data science, unprecedented infra scaling through cloud and quantum, converging focus on end user experience. So, all of this leading to an exciting new era of technology driven world. I call it a smarter, greener world. So, bright minds like you, I expect that you should set your dreams very high and put all your efforts to convert these extraordinary possibilities and opportunities to reality. You can post your questions in the chat. We can take them up in the last 30 minutes or so. In case I am not able to answer it today, I'll surely share my response with offline to Anmol. He will be able to pass it on to you. Okay. So I know your preference was smart ecosystems, Anmol, but I thought to give a full coverage, I'll touch upon the key trends that I think are noteworthy to mention. And of course, smart ecosystems encompasses all the rest of the themes as well as part of it. So I'll just briefly touch upon the other four trends and then I'll come to smart ecosystems and deep dive a little bit. Okay. So first, let's start with a digital disruption. So digital disruption is by driving a digital strategy to reimagine the business or reinvent the business. This reinvention is most successful when organizations keep the end customers at the core. I feel identifying new possibilities to revamp the end customer or end user experience is the best way to start this disruption process. Innovations such as smart bots, autonomous and adaptive manufacturing, augmented reality, 3D printing, digital supply chains, all of these are helping organizations significantly improve its customer experience, agility, productivity, and efficiencies. Now we see hospitals, offices, and schools going virtual, movies being released online, so many app driven businesses, be it booking rooms, cabs, making payments, or even to get fish and meat delivery at home with few clicks. We clearly see how the digital native or born digital companies like Uber, Amazon, Netflix, Google Pay, Airbnb, Dunzo, Licious, call any of them. We see them disrupting the traditional business models. I call them, I hope you listen to my word, digital native or born digital companies, because they are born in the digital era. They adopted digital end to end, 100% digital companies. And you have seen how they disrupt the traditional business models. Now, so that is about digital disruption. Now let's talk about smart organizations. These days, we recognize and visualize organizations not by their logos. Most of the organizations we visualize by their apps or the smart bots that they represent. I don't know how many of you have interacted. Of course, apps all of you might be using, but I don't know how many of you are have interacted with smart bots. If you call the help desk of companies like smart companies, a bot will be speaking to you like a human would do, right? And in fact, I am predicting that in the coming years, most of the big corporates will have a face or a persona or an app icon much more relevant than their logos now. So logos may lose their relevance and these personas or the faces will come into play for corporates. That's my prediction. So customers can navigate through the app or talk to the bot and get most of their transactions done without any human interventions, any time of the day from anywhere in the world. So that is another key thing. If you imagine keeping a service desk open for 24/7 with different language support across the globe is practically impossible. Whereas a smart bot can pretty much handle any language in the world at any point, any time of the day across geographies, right? And these days, smart bots are very intelligent with the advent of conversational AI systems. It can pretty much understand what the customers are asking or talking to, figuring out. It can even judge customers' mood. Are they getting frustrated? And so on, and accordingly take actions. If somebody is getting agitated or frustrated, immediately the bot will tune down or tone down its accent, or it will become more pleasing and say sorry, etc. So, by the way, I was handling before. Right now, I'm handling future of work initiatives for Wipro Digital. We are working on new crowdsourcing initiatives. I'll come to that in the next point. Before this, I was heading a practice for conversational AI, a center of excellence, where we have built a lot of such conversational bots for customers, not just for help desk, for internal employee use, for research, or many other things. It is like a virtual assistant within the enterprise that can pretty much do a lot of stuff that normally human beings cannot do at that scale and speed. Okay. So beyond this human-like conversing bots, organizations are also building smart enterprise backend systems that are self-reliant, adaptive, very loosely coupled, platform neutral, cloud hosted, and built on very highly scalable and hyper flexible microservices architectures. I don't have to explain you what these terms means. You must be learning what are microservices, why it has to be loosely coupled, why it has to be platform neutral, how it will help if it is loosely coupled, and self-reliance is nothing but it is AI driven. All these individual components in an organization, now they are making it self-reliant. This you will see the self-reliance word you will hear in my conversation even going forward, because that is going to be the new real trend for every systems that we can think of. So in the new world where technology really drives business, organizations have to adopt this end-to-end enterprise digital transformation to stay relevant. That's why I call smart organizations are the need of the hour. Now let me talk about future of work. This is predominantly work from anywhere. Almost all industries, particularly IT industry, is now switching heavily to the work from anywhere model. Employees can work from home, a resort, or even while on tour, literally anywhere, as long as they are connected. So here I want to bring another interesting model that aligns with this remote working philosophy, which is crowdsourcing or gig model. We at Wipro, we call it future of work. In fact, I am championing the initiatives of future of work initiatives in Wipro Digital practice. So organizations don't need to have full-time employees now. Everyone has full-time employees for getting their work done. They can leverage the community of freelancers across the globe. The way Uber or Danso uses gig model, IT is also heavily adapting to this crowdsourcing model. Customers publish their work in crowdsourcing platforms, and freelancers can come and volunteer to deliver the work. Same as how we post a ride in the Uber and how a cab driver comes and picks up and drops us where we want to go. In the case of Uber, of course, the cab driver has to come and physically pick us up. But in an IT industry context, anyone from any part of the globe can deliver and make money. That's the beauty of this concept of gig work or crowdsourcing model. And this is truly an outcome-based model. This model promotes meritocracy and performance-based recognition and rewards, not based on the number of hours that you spent in a campus. So that's a big difference. The pay, the earning is completely dependent on how much you deliver. Big corporates and IT firms are moving from full-time employment into this freelancing models. You will see it more and more coming in the coming years. Wipro has a crowdsourcing platform, Topcoder, Topcoder. You can go and register at topcoder.com and try out your luck delivering work challenges posted there and make some money out of it. In fact, I know a lot of Indian young guys making good money. Every month they're making thousands of dollars beyond their regular college work or the other office work that they have. They're making money and earning a lot. Anybody above 14 years of age and above can register and earn. Topcoder.com. I request all of you to go today itself and register and look out for challenges and look for possibility of making some money. Even big names like Microsoft and NASA leverages Topcoder for their work through Wipro. So you will get to see UI design, prototyping, programming, testing, data science related work variety of work you can see being posted by customers, which you can pick up and opt for or volunteer for or bid for. Depending on your skill and depending on your code, you may get to deliver it and make money. Okay, so this is future of work. Now I'll briefly talk about human augmentation. You all know what it means, but still I just wanted to cover because it's a very, very important aspect in the overall scheme of things. AI is usually expanded as artificial intelligence by industry, but I call it augmented intelligence. AI is actually meant to augment and complement, not to compete with humans. That is why I call it augmented intelligence. It should do tasks that humans don't prefer to do or humans are not able to do at that scale and speed. Think of the possibilities that a personal virtual assistant, be it on a wearable or a phone, how it can help humans. Imagine how it can help a person who is visually impaired to navigate within his home, her home, or even outside. Suppose he goes to a hospital or go to a campus with contextual verbal assistance or conversational assistance, leveraging GPS, cameras and sensors or wearables, all orchestrated by an AI engine. So these personal assistants are going to be the next wave. Already you are seeing some form or the other in phone and watch, your wearables, but it will only go up. You will see you will feel like one digital smart assistant with you all the time, virtual assistant with you, guiding you on anything. Whether you are impaired physically or visually, doesn't matter. Any human beings can get augmented significantly with these capabilities of this virtual assistant, tagging along with you all the time like a friend. Imagine how it can handle, enable humans to do it yourself capabilities. Maybe self-service of laptops, phones. Imagine surgeons getting real-time remote assistance during a complicated surgery through augmented reality. Not all surgeons may have done all kinds of surgeries in the first place, right? So if somebody wants to try out a new surgery, and if someone in New York wants to assist somebody in Hyderabad to do a new surgery, which in India we have never tried out, it is quite possible through augmented reality. The doctor sitting in New York can see what's happening here, and this guy also will get augmented AR instructions and animations and guidance through remote instructions from somebody sitting elsewhere. So these are possibilities. Look at possibility of a junior engineer working in a remote oil well or a remote site going for repair or installation, getting virtual assistance from experts sitting somewhere else. Look at pilots getting instructions from remote help desks, or even people going to space stations, how they are being instructed through AR VR technologies, as if they are seeing it live, right? So most of us have experienced some positives of this human augmentation through Siri, Google Assistant, Alexa, Google Lens, and so on, or a wearable smartwatch. This can only go up. It will only scale up more and more. And as I said, this will all be to complement humans, not to compete. So augmented intelligence is definitely going to stay and become more and more relevant. Okay, so I've just given a brief overview of what smart ecosystems mean. Bringing together all these technology elements, all these different aspects, putting all of them together into an ecosystem, right? To make the whole ecosystem smart, an intelligent, autonomous or self-reliant, self-adapting, communicating to each other, connected ecosystem. That's what I call an ecosystem smart by these features or these capabilities. Examples are smart homes, smart farms, smart store, smart factories, smart airports, smart cities, smart health ecosystems, smart insurance. You can think of any ecosystem, be it physical ecosystem or a logical ecosystem or a process ecosystem, to become smart. So think of possibilities. If any of you are planning to start up something after your course, be an entrepreneur, the possibilities are just unlimited. You can think of creating smartness in any ecosystems that you see. Smart kitchen, any example you take, there will be a smartness that you can bring in. to make life better, to make the ecosystem more efficient, more faster and scalable. I will spend some time talking about some smart ecosystems just so that you get a feel of what this means to humans and to the world. Let's talk about smart farm first. I'm talking about a self-managed intelligent farm. Say for an example, a rubber plantation powered by sensors and automatic tapping devices installed on rubber trees. The trees themselves will know when they need water, when they need manure, and accordingly operates the water pumps and manure dispensers. The farm also can get weather forecast from internet and decides its course of action. It can self-learn. It can make adjustments on where, how, and when to tap the rubber so that the yield is maximum. Through technologies like IoT, AI, 5G, and associated technologies, we are really giving life to these farms so that they can take care of themselves. By the way, IoT, I always think, whenever I hear of IoT, I feel, plus AI combination, I feel that you are giving life to things. Literally by embedding sensors and connecting them to the net and giving AI strength, you are making a plant or a tree live, right? I mean, live in the sense it's already live, but I'm saying more human-like. You can make your fridge smart and live. You can make your washing machine live. Pretty much anything that you can imagine, you can give life by adding these sensors, adding these technology capabilities, connecting them to the internet, giving them communicating capabilities, sensing capabilities, and conversing capabilities, and intelligence, augmented intelligence. Okay. So it can even, the farms can even, it actually can source data from variety of sources, sensors, cameras, drones installed in the farm, and make intelligent decisions by itself. It can even predict growth anomalies, do preventive actions proactively, and many more such capabilities that can be weaved in using technology. Let's take another example of smart insurance ecosystem. You have seen a physical ecosystem example in the smart farm. Think of a smart insurance ecosystem. Insurance companies can install smart drones in your cars in concealed safe boxes. This is to some extent these are happening. By the way, even smart farm, the rubber plantation is already live even in Kerala. If I remember, I think Harrison Malayalam, they have implemented miniature of the smart farm already, even in places like Kerala and Tamil Nadu. So similarly, smart insurance ecosystem that I am going to talk about, this already in some form or the other is being implemented in countries like US and Europe. So it is not some completely wishful thinking. Maybe I have exaggerated, or the possibilities I painted it much more broader, may not have been fully implemented as of now, but these are possibilities that we can explore. So imagine insurance company, when you insure your car, the insurance company will come and install, say, smart drone boxes, concealed safe boxes in different places of the car, assume. And in case of an accident, unlikely event of an accident, one of these drones can pop up and start conferencing or by streaming live videos or holograms real time to insurance help desk or rescue team or nearby hospital emergency doctor or even the towing agencies. So the drone also can converse with the passengers. It can fly around the car, converse with the passengers to keep them calm and to give them immediate safety instructions, like suppose if they are in a position to switch off the engine, switch it off, or lower the glasses or window panes. Those instructions can be given based on the context, intelligently sensing the context, and also it has cameras. Of course, it can almost pretty much act like a human being flying around, right? Looking at the scene. It can also make car damage assessments and send it to insurance desk so that they don't have to send a separate agent keeping the car there to do the assessment as we do now. It can even orchestrate towing away the car to the right place. So imagine how we are able to reimagine the entire car insurance business model from such a tedious process now to an extremely seamless, very pleasant experience to the end user. So this is what I mean when I say reimagining business or disrupting business models by digital technologies. The possibilities, as I said, is unlimited. Let's look at another case, smart factory. A smart factory, see, in COVID times you would have seen India, our companies, auto manufacturing companies and garment factories switching their manufacturing capabilities. Automakers started making ventilators. Garment factories started making masks and PPE kits, and soap companies started making sanitizers and so on. So this adaptability or resilience has been an extremely important aspect for manufacturing companies or factories to stay relevant, and it will be even more going forward, because the scenario, the world is changing so fast, the businesses are changing so fast. So unless you quickly adapt to the changing environments, you will perish. So adapt or perish is a new mantra. So how do you make your smart factories most resilient, most adaptable, most fluid? So in the coming days, we will need factories and plants that are adaptive, and we need to design the new factories with resilience as a key beyond just efficiency. So far we have been only thinking about efficiency when we build a factory, but resilience will become even more important going forward. So we need to use technologies like 3D printing, robotics, and more of those. We can think of smart machines that are connected. Again, by the way, this is also implemented to a great extent in many of the countries, even in India. Smart manufacturing or Industry 4 is a thing already in place. So we see machines being interconnected, self-governing machines, self-communicating to each other machines, similar to what we have seen in the smart farm concept. We can use CCTV feeds from the plants of the factory to ensure safety and security compliance through face recognition, video analytics, image pattern matching. AI systems can easily detect people moving around without helmets, boots, and send alerts to the respective to the nearby dashboards, so that somebody can alert them and make sure that they wear it. In Wipro, we are implementing solutions like very interesting solutions like product quality inspection through image pattern analysis using machine learning. So what happens usually, suppose a product line, some product comes out, somebody will go manually. Most of the cases manually takes the product, randomly sampling. They'll take the products and do measurements, do visual inspection. They'll do stress testing, etc., to see whether the quality is fine. Most of this can be done just by high-speed, high-resolution camera, just by looking at the image based on machine learning patterns. Thousands of cases where we have verified, this is a kind of defects, this is a pattern, image pattern. So machine learning compares and stores that correlation, and it can easily figure out just by seeing the picture of that product. It can tell you what kind of defect it is. And in fact, not only that, it can point at the defect that the product has. It can also, because the systems are all connected in the plant, it can also say this defect is caused by a lower belt speed or a voltage fluctuation in some other preceding assembly line somewhere else, because it knows every data point from the entire factory. The entire movement is tracked and system data is captured, so it can pretty much figure out why this defect happened, and it can fix it. It can send the message to the belt guy, the belt system, a conveyor belt system, and maybe increase the speed or reduce the voltage or increase the voltage as per what is required. So just imagine if the entire factory is self-governing by itself, by communicating to each other and using these kind of technologies. That is what I call it as smart factory. Shop floor remote monitoring, indoor asset and equipment tracking, shop floor automation, supply chain optimization, warehouse management, predictive maintenance, energy savings, pollution control. Pretty much anything that you can think under the umbrella of a smart factory, you can make it smart by putting the right sensors, putting the right communication devices, putting the right intelligence, AI modules in it, and orchestrating the whole thing in a very seamless fashion. So imagine how much the factories can save on time and quality, and how much it can scale in the coming days. Yeah, so this is one Wipro solution that we have developed for a smart airport. You can see, I just wanted to show this, the entire spectrum of the whole airport. Every piece and every component in the airport can be made smarter by bringing in technology. I'm not going to deep dive into each and everything. I just wanted to give a glimpse of, because it's Wipro copyright, so I don't want to too much deep dive into it. But pretty much we are already seeing big airports getting smart, but possibilities are plenty, much more even than what we already see. Imagine an airport that offers proactive car park slot allotment automatically, identifies the travelers on entry through face recognition, provides mobile app or wearable based virtual assistant, personal assistant for navigation within airport, seamless check-in and baggage drop, customized individualistic experience for food buying or entertainment at airport. So, and many more such things. The entire journey can be made much more seamless, much more hassle free, much more assisted, augmented, complemented experience through making them the whole ecosystem more smarter. Similarly, I am giving you one assignment. You think of how we can make our traffic systems much more smart, the entire ecosystem of a city traffic system. Can you design smart signals that dynamically adapt based on vehicle queue, speed of traffic, or can you sequence the signals on a road to minimize overall wait times? Can you adjust brightness of the signal based on the time of the day, night or day, or maybe weather conditions, based on weather conditions? So you can even think of most of the new cars are coming up with the infotainment systems, right, which has communication capability. So why not the traffic signals themselves send alerts and violation tickets to the individual car infotainment systems that you don't need a traffic cop standing in the sunlight and the rain to catch violations or even regulate the traffic. All that can be automated. So as a college, or maybe if any of you are interested, you should try doing some smart trafficking mechanism as a project if anybody is interested. Yeah. So as I said, opportunities are unlimited. Your imagination is the only limit. I strongly suggest set your dreams very high, chase your dreams and go explore the world of opportunities. Wishing you all great times, VIT. Now I think we can open up for any questions. Anything else you want me to cover, Anmol? Anything specific? Any deep dive? Anything more interesting that you want to hear or talk about?
No, sir. Just had one thing, like because while we come to like SAE as being a Society of Automotive Engineers, so I just had this curiosity. But this is not a question, rather it was just a curiosity that like we see that artificial intelligence is coming in play like in the latest brands as well. Like if we talk about the MG, the new brand which is coming, so it has placed itself in the market as being a smart car, or something which is replacing the like it is a completely new model of like automation that is coming in the market.
Yes.
So sir, where do you see like what all can be the new innovations, or what all do you see as a future of automotive industry in getting smart or getting involved in with artificial intelligence?
Yeah, so as I was saying, okay, I talked about the smart factories, how the factories are getting smarter. Of course, the end product cars also will get smart. You already know that there are autonomous cars tried out by Googles and Teslas. So that will become a standard going forward. Maybe in India it will take more time, but there is a joke that somebody was saying, if you can make an autonomous car travel through India, they can pretty much anywhere in the world, the testing is done because the kind of heterogeneous scenarios that we will face in India, even from sky something may fall on the car, so the car has to even have a camera upwards to see what is coming down, right? So just jokes apart, of course, yes, at least in an immediate terms, you will surely see the smart infotainment systems or connected car concept, where pretty much it monitors driver for sleeping patterns, it can rate driver for driving patterns, it can connect with insurance desk, service centers, hospitals, it can track all your personalized records, and in case of accidents, as I was explaining, it can communicate by itself, it can give you alerts, it can integrate with traffic systems which can give you alerts and warnings. It could be a traffic block problem, or some work going on, or some ambulance coming, please give way kind of messages. So all these public safety broadcasting systems can also be integrated to infotainment systems. Of course, it can self-heal. It can proactively identify upcoming problems in the car, which is already there in most of the cars. It can figure out air pressure dropping, oil getting diluted or polluted or dense, time to get changed for oil, battery, any of the systems. Pretty much, if you see, earlier somebody has to manually physically check the parts to see what is happening, what is the wear and tear. Now even wear and tear are being proactively monitored and being reported, and it alerts the user of potentially when you should do the maintenance or when you should do the replacement of the parts. So these are all immediate terms. If not already existing, it will come in few months time. But autonomous car is the way to go. Of course, India maybe another 5 years or 10 years, but it will come in India as well. Wipro we have been last, I think 5-6 years we have been doing work on autonomous cars. We always see when we go for lunch walk, these guys trying out these autonomous cars through the campus. So we used to joke them, no, we should run away from it, saying that the autonomous car may come and hit us because Wipro has built it, just for joke. So I'm saying, so these kind of things will come, Anmol. It is only going to, as I said, if you can imagine anything, it is possible, because technology now allows us to pretty much implement anything that you can dream of. Look at the power of these technologies, right? 5G, how faster and how quick the latency has been brought so much down, and the scale at which it can manage, it can trillions of devices it can connect and communicate to each other using 5G technology when it comes through. Similarly, look at quantum. It can do 100,000 times faster processing than what was possible earlier. Look at nanotechnologies. Look at IoT sensors, how these sensors with trillions of devices across the globe can be still connected in the internet and makes sensible communication to each other. Look at cloud, giving so much of scale and redundancy and so on in infrastructure. So every technology piece is coming together to make the whole ecosystem so robust and so much congenial to implement what you want. So it's only now it is up to us to imagine and just execute or implement. Technology is not a limitation, I can guarantee that. It's only our thought process is our limitation. Technology is not anymore.
Okay.
You guys should be making those cars for us, Anmol. You are bright minds coming out of engineering, so you should. I'm waiting for you guys to come with these new concepts and ideas.
Yes, sir. That is a dream, sir. But yes, now we are seeing that all dreams are getting transformed into reality. So
Yes.
we hope that we'll have something, because we have teams in VIT, sir, which are working on these models. Like there are a few teams who are working on smart drones, like similar to, they are not using a remote control either. They are using only their expressions and their hand movements just to control the movement of the drone.
Sure.
So the things have started, and we hope that we'll soon get all those things transferred to the four-wheelers as well.
One idea, whoever is doing the drone team, right? You just tell them to put a conversational capability also. The drone should go go near people and start talking to them.
Okay.
Try out.
Yeah, I just saw a video for this. I don't exactly remember the company which was into this model, but it was just like in US and in some foreign countries. It is very clear that in India we are deprived with the proper traffic rules knowledge in the people. We have a good system. We have the amenities that can manage everything effectively, but the people do not have the knowledge how to do and how to go about the rules. But in foreign countries, there is a system, as in you'll get a ticket if you are doing something wrong.
Yeah.
So all that things are automated.
Yeah.
We have started putting Wi-Fi's and cameras just to track the people who are doing wrong. But there was just a concept wherein a drone flies to the car, it stops it, just like a cop might have stopped you if you have done something wrong, and it would just do a surveillance, and it will just cater all the things that it wants, and it will directly converse with the driver of the cars.
Yeah.
So I found that thing that was something very different and innovative.
Yeah.
And
The insurance drone I was talking about, right, in the smart insurance ecosystem, it already exists in US. There are drones that can fly. See, in US, because freeways are so remote and inaccessible for regular, you can't have traffic police are patrolling everywhere in the freeways, right? So what happens if there is an accident happening in a freeway, immediately there will be drones, right? Of course, it is not embedded in the car now, that was my imagination, but drones can fly in from the nearest point very quickly before even the copter reaches there. and it can hover around the car and make the assessment, and also stream the video to the rescue team and to the hospital. So all that is possible. Insurance companies don't wait for 3 days or 4 days for damage assessment, or the patients won't die there sitting waiting for help. The copter will reach in 20 minutes based on these kind of technologies and rescue them. So all that is there. So possibilities are immense. So everybody, my request is, please don't be settled with normal thinking. Please be extraordinary thinking. I am asking you because you are from a premier institute. So we have high hopes on people like you, bright minds like you. Think of newer possibilities, dream high, chase it. Ask for industry guidance. We are all there to help you guys. Please reach out. Do drastic transformation to the world. Make it better. Thank you so much. Thanks Anmol and Naiju for this wonderful opportunity. So you can always send me offline questions or comments if you have any. I'll be happy to respond. Okay?
Sure. Thanks a lot, sir. And it was a pleasure having you on board with us today for this event.
Yeah.
And all this talk, sir, though it was all theoretical and I was just listening to it, but I was able to imagine everything as in we are already proceeding in that way.
Yeah.
So we can see that in the coming future as well.
Yes.
So thanks a lot, sir, for gracing your important and for all your valuable information and knowledge. And sir has a lot of experience, and this is what has been told, that experience speaks louder than words. And so that was pretty evident today. And so, sir, is there any email ID or email ID that I can share if you're comfortable with
yes,
that?
the same mail ID that I have sent you for the meeting, right? That is my Wipro mail ID. You can send it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can share it
Yes.
with the audience, and if they have any queries or if they want to connect with you, they can do that.
Absolutely. You can give my number also. They can WhatsApp me as well.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay. Thank you. All the best.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.